Okay, this is going to be loading Monday, and we're warming up. So I went through some warm-up patterns with those who came on early, but we will just, we've got about 3 more minutes that we're going to do this. So there's this warm-up. This is very good. There's nothing wrong with this, okay? It's a walk front, a walk back. The only thing I would tell you is make sure when you walk back that you pick your heels up, okay? Too many people fall on their butts walking back. They didn't trip over anything. They caught their heel. So my tummy's in, my shoulders are down, and when I walk back, I make sure that I pick my heels up and I go from my toe to my heel. And you might say, oh, well, yeah, that's common. No, we forget, number one. And number two, it will work your foot. It will work your Achilles. It will work your calf differently if you will really pronounce and put your toe into your heel. Okay, then I went to a more complicated walk. See here? I crossed over, I crossed over. And then I crossed over, I crossed over. I crossed over, I crossed over. See, this is a much more complicated walk, especially if you have joints that are replaced. This is different. It takes some thought. You have to stay on balance. And you know what the biggest thing to stay on balance when you're doing a walk like that? Soften your knees. Lower your center of gravity. Keep your tummy in, your rib cage up. Do not lean in like that. Don't lean in from the waist. Cross over, and I'm now crossing over the same side. I'll do it different in a minute. But now, in order to take a step, my toe is forward. My knees are soft. I lowered my center of gravity even an inch. Then I come up and I cross over. Now, there are some people coming on that this might really give them a challenge. See, I went like that. Now I'm going to go like this. Now I'm going to go like this. So what's the deal? I'm warming up your brain as well as your muscles, because we're going to be doing lifting. And when you do lifting, you have to get everything connected. Okay? Take a big breath. Now, instead of doing that again, I'm going to change it again. So what am I going to do? I'm going to bring my knee up. I'm going to cross. And I'm going to act like, that's the operative word. I'm going to act like I'm going to touch my knee to my elbow, but I'm not worried about that. So as a trainer, I want you to cross over and lift from the hip for just a second, but I'm not worried about you touching I'm not worried about you touching the elbow. Now, if you do, that's fine. However, I will lay a bet that if I were right there with you that are coming on and you saw me do that move and you did it and you actually tried, you thought, oh, the goal is to touch my elbow on my knee. That is not the goal. The goal is to get you to extend your back and to lift through your hamstring, flex here in the front of your leg, and then use your whole core and your back as stabilizers to get that leg up. If I cross over and I happen to be able to touch my elbow and my knee, great. But in the process of doing that, you would have done one or two things. You would have locked your knee right there to give you stability, which it doesn't. So lower your center of gravity, bend the knee, cross over, act like you want to touch your knee to your elbow, but don't worry about it, okay? That move right there, this one, whether you touch or not, and I want you to keep your back Very extended, very extended. Don't worry about touching the elbow to the knee. That is not the goal. Okay, so now I'm gonna just peel back. I'm gonna do one of the first moves in my warm up here. See, I crossed over and I crossed my hand like this. Well, this time I'm gonna cross over and I'm gonna do opposites. Okay, now I'm gonna cross over. My toes are still forward and I'm doing opposite, and I'm doing what we call a crazy walk, okay? And or if you're gonna be technical about this move, it's a serpentine gross motor skill, okay? It's called serpentine, okay? This crossover maneuver. It's a very good way to get warmed up, but put all those cautions into place. Take a big breath. I have a heavy load. I have a bar. I have light loads. I'm going to start now with my pillow on my kitchen chair. Okay? So here I am. And I'm going to do crossover like this. However, if I had issues with knees, hips, pain in the back, whatever, and let's say it's you feel it going down, then go ahead and use your hands in this move, this progressive move. It should get better if it's because of a tight whatever. Now, if you've got bone on bone, we're talking about a whole different kind of pain. So when I was going through my knee and my hip issues, it was bone on bone. Use your hands if you need to, but don't use your hands to cheat. When you come here, don't round your back. Bring your hands here. Help yourself into that sit down. So this is a sit to stand, and it's a progressive one. And you might say, well, how many of those do I have to do, Jeannie? I'm going to go, well, as many as you can. Not really. At least 10. You can even do 2 sets of 10 of these and walk out of the class, and you would be far better off, okay, for this whole day by doing 2 sets of 10. And if you can do it with your hands across the chest like this, touching your shoulders, and when you go into and you come out of, you're breathing through your nose, exhaling through the nose. So when I go into the stand up, right here, my feet are wide, number 1. Some of you have them way too far back here. Bring them out. Lean in, shine your tail lights, tighten your tummy. That protects your back. Exhale. If you don't exhale on this move, because it's a pretty big move, okay? Even with the pad on the chair, it's a big move. That right there builds up enough pressure if you're holding your breath that if you have osteoporosis or you have, issues like that, it creates internal pressure in the core, okay, in your abdominal area, in your lungs, in your back. You don't want to build that kind of pressure up. In through the nose, out through the nose. I'm doing it with no assistance. And this is a progressive sit to stand. And I don't do it fast, but I do it very rhythmically, okay? In through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, and then exhale when you come up, okay? Just like that. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to do about 3 or 4 more, then we'll move on. However, some of you might still be struggling with all the progressions through this sit to stand thing. Okay, and back up. Take a breath, all right? Cross over, standing right here. Bring it back. Just shake your hands out. Okay, I'm going to cross over. So what does that mean I have to do? I'm standing right here. I have to shift. Okay, rib cage up. tuck in my chin. I'm going to take it all here. I'm going to step way over here. We've already practiced this in the warm-up. I did the serpentine little warm-up. I didn't go over that far. However, if you want to have better balance, you want to have better functionality, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're doing your own yard work. I don't care if you're, you know, doing work anywhere. This kind of move out of what you're normally used to doing is going to help you do that. And we're accomplishing it right here at the tail end of the warm-up for this session today. And we got nice sunny skies, as you see. No rain, no wind. However, in Michigan, you have snow and maybe wind too. Okay, so see, I just did a series of stepping over and back. Why did I do that? Because number one, I started you out doing a move called, just so you know, a serpentine step over, okay? So this is a gross motor skill. All my PE people know this one, okay? And we just did that. However, now when I'm here, I did a shift, okay? I did a shift and step way over here. Shift and step way over here. Big crosses, big crosses, big crosses. And I had to shift. And when you shift and you're wider, what do you tend to want to do? I should hear you yelling at the screen. Lock my knees. Yes, that's what we want to do, but that's not what we should do, right? I'm on all four corners of my foot. I'm shifting, but I am not rolling my foot. Okay, that's a big no, don't do that. Hip hinge, soften the knee. Get ready, you're coming way over here, and it's a big move. And it's a transverse move in your back. That's huge if you're not ready for it. Okay, so I'm wide. I'm on all four corners of my foot. I'm going to shift. And I know my target's way over here, but I'm back here. Okay, this is a big move. Keep the tummy tight, shoulders down, tap, and then come back. Now, because we did that and we used our hip and our lower back very differently, now I'm going to take my little pad out from under my seat there on my kitchen chair. Okay? Your body's going to remember where the target was when we did those. We probably did over 10. We probably did almost 20. Sit to stands. Okay? Progressive. Yes, there's many ways to get load happening progressively so that you don't hurt yourself. You don't do it all at once. Now I took my pad out. Are you ready? I'm going to go all the way down. It's going to be a lot further, even though it's only one little teeny inch. Let me tell you, that first sit down, you're like, oh, that is very different. Okay, so go wide. You're going to lean in. You're going to drop your shoulders, drop your chin. Really tighten your tummy. Breathe in, exhale, and come up. A lot more effort. Yes, that's what I want you to know. Now I'm looking so that I target where I'm sitting. I don't want to be surprised because I drift, and then when I go to sit down, my seat's not there. Okay, so that's a caution. Exhale, and you're up. Do not lock those knees when you come up. Okay, here we go. Drop your shoulders. Look, really push back, then come right back up. In through the nose, out through the nose if possible. In through the nose, out through the nose if possible. Yes! Big breath. So, for those of you in Michigan, I wanted to do a lot of these kinds of things today just so you could snow shovel. I know you're throwing snowballs at me right now. I know. Okay. Should I say I miss the snow right now? Not. Okay. Stay with me. I'm doing every one of these with you. Don't lock your knees. In through the nose. Exhale. And if you have to exhale through the mouth, that's fine. Just keep working at that nose thing. Okay, don't lock your knees. So I'm doing a whole set at a lower squat rate or position. Okay, let's just do 4 more. Let's say that. Okay, 4 more, Kathy. Okay, that's 2, I think. Here's 3. In through the nose, exhale. 4. Yay. All right. Now I'm going to pick up my light weights. So for me, normally if I was at home, it would be at least 5 pounds in this hand and this hand for light for me. But this is 3 and this is 3. So you pick up whatever is light for you. Okay, so we're going to come right back. And we're going to use some of the same pathways that we kind of know, but we're going to shake it up just a little. Okie dokie. So I'm going to put my foot out here. I've got 2 light weights, 3 and 3. It could be 2 and 2. It could be 5 and 5. It could be 6 and 6. Okay. That's a pretty lightweight. But here's my question. I have these hanging out right here. See that? Look at the position of my elbows. Okay, look at my neck. I want to keep my chin tucked, my rib cage up. My elbows are in a position that if I went into my body, they would be right here at my side. They would not be like this, okay? Because that's not what I'm doing. So here's my weights right here. My wrist is neutral, okay? So I'm right here with my elbows. I'm right here with my weights. I could plug right here into my ears and right out. You got that? Okay, get ready. Now we're going to capitalize on what we started with. Okay, keep your shoulders down. You're going to want to rise. Cross over. We've done this multiple times today. Let me warn you. When you cross over, do not lock your other leg. Soften it. Bring that knee over. But don't put the toe down. Act like you're going to put the heel down first and then come back up. Heel, come back up, and you're going to get off. And when you feel yourself getting off, just go back into your wide stance. Soften your knees. Okay, take a breath. Okay, this should be getting your attention in your shoulders right now. Are you ready? Soften your other knee. Okay, stay level. Bring the knee up. Now act like you're going to put your heel down. Yeah, act like you're going to put your heel down. And you can either go ahead and do it or not. Just act like you're going to put your heel down. Okay, how's your shoulders feeling? Yeah, I know. That's why I want your elbows in. I really want to work that whole shoulder girdle. I don't want to just, hammer on little structures in the shoulder. That is not what you want. So keep these lined up and you're going to be feeling it. Okay, come down and just come to the ears. See this? This is a big deal. And I'm going to come up as if I'm pulling my shoe up and it's got gum on it. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the ears, down to the shoulders. Up to the ears, down to the shoulders. Up to the ears, down to the shoulders. Nose or mouth out. Nose in. Yeah, shift. Just come to the ears. Keep your elbows down. You're going to want to go to that elbow out. Some people would say, well, why do I do that? Why do I do that? Because when your elbows are out, you're using the stronger muscles. I want to use the weaker ones. That's why I said lightweight. Okay? So it's an up. See, it's almost like a sit down. It's almost like a little beginning of a single leg squat. Okay? And I can tell you that with my hip replaced side, wow, it is much harder. Much harder. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep your knees soft. Try not to overlean. That's what I try to do because I'm trying to use those stronger muscles. Okay, we just have a couple more, just a couple more. Stay with me, stay with me. I'm doing every one of these with you. Big breath. I know you missed me Friday, huh? And bring your waist down and down, okay? Go ahead and put them down. Open those hands, close the hands. Go across. So just the act of putting that hand across. You don't have to do it hard. You don't have to do it really far. Just by doing this. See, I'm doing a shifting. See that? I'm going to keep doing this for a few repetitions. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add, is I'm going to kick my heel back. So kicking is not the right word because kicking is kind of an out of control move. I'm going to be very controlled with my shoulders down, knee is soft. I'm going to pull the heel back, then place it wide, shift, okay? So I'll do a lot of shifting in my classes, but today I'm really capitalizing on progressive squats and a lot of shifting and a lot of crossing of the body, okay? So I want to do this in such a way that I can hold the move. See, the minute I put my hand here, you didn't see it, but I seated or dropped my shoulder, okay? Now I'm dropping my knee, I'm pushing my butt back, tightening in, and I'm gonna bring that heel up. And I wanna try to hang out here for just a bit. We could say 1001, 1002, 1003, even 1001 I'll take. But it has to be in control. So see, I'm coming here, all the parameters. Okay, here I go, heels coming back, and I'm hanging out here for 1001, 1002, 1003. And then on purpose, I put that foot down, okay? So change in through the nose, rib cage up, get ready. Knee needs to be softened. So here is where, if you struggle with balance, number one, I'm trying to help you with that, but it doesn't help if you go ahead and fall. So you need to put your hand on something or have a pole that you have a third contact, okay? And you can switch it. So this is very doable. And the whole time that you're doing that progression, you are keeping your really good body posture alignment. Now then, bring that pole up. Again, stepping wide, okay? And I'm gonna turn, all right? And I'm gonna turn. Now, whenever I turn, okay, you're pretty grounded, right? Okay, this is a really good recovery. If you start feeling too much tightness in your lower back, so you just come into a catcher's position, you push your back, your lower back out, and then you come back in. So it's a cat camel, but it's a modified. And see, I can put my pole right here and I go into a cat, mad cat, camel position. I don't do it fast. And I come back down. Take a breath, round, and then back. So why is it okay to do it? Why is it okay to round my back now and it wasn't okay a while ago? Because I've unloaded. See, I'm totally unloaded in my back, and it helps to recover a tightness in your back if you just take a moment to do that. Okay, tighten up the tummy. So we're going to go back to this. So I started doing that, but I wanted to show because I felt it. I felt it because we're doing a lot of work on your back extensors. That's what you got to understand. These light weights, when we were holding those up there like that, and some of the moves that we were doing, yes, they look deceiving. So as I'm doing this, see, I'm turning, and then I want to shift a little bit. See, I want to make a step. I'm going to go ahead and move that back leg. I want to go ahead and move into my toe right there. Drop my knee. See that pivot? Drop your shoulders. Tight tummy. Drop your shoulders. It's a turn, pivot, breath, turn, pivot. And then you can do a step, step, step. Get in position. Turn, pivot, turn, pivot. So you actually want to move that foot and still maintain balance. Okay, big breath. I got my pole, right? So we're going to bring the knee to the pole, all right? Now, this next part, a little challenging, okay? And it's going to lead into our next lift that we're going to be doing, okay? So I'm going to come here. See how at 90 degrees? Some of you may say, well, that's easy for you to do, Jeannie, but I can't do that. So I'm saying, if you just said that, you know what I would do if I was with you right now as a trainer? I would put you against a wall like this, with your head back there, shoulders, okay? I would step your feet out just a bit. I wouldn't have your hips touching. Your shoulder blades would be touching. I would have you bring your leg up. See that? Drop it, then shift, soften it, lean into your shoulders. Okay, use your rear end if that feels okay to you. Bring that leg up and try to get it at the 90 degrees or less even at the angle here. So that would be less, okay? So back, shift, lift, breath. Now, absolutely, if you can do this, freewheeling like this, great. But I'll tell you, you will really train your ability to lift through the hip if you're leaning against a wall or a door or something that's not going to move on you. The only caveat here is to remember, as you're doing this, soften your knee, don't lock it, bring it up, and you're trying to hold it up past or less than 90 degrees. See, straight out is like a 90 degrees, but up, well, that's even straighter. Then you take your leg and go back with it. Now you open this. Yes. So pretend that you're hanging on to a pretty heavy weight. So you see where I'm going with this, right? That's why I have to do it in a progression, okay? So see, I put my foot back there, and I'm pretending that I'm hanging on to a pretty heavy weight. So that means my back extensors are going to have to really hang on to this. So right now, I'm just going to pull back, and I'm going to open all this up, okay? Bring it back. So tight tummy. Pretend you have a heavy weight. There's a lot of pollen here today. Sorry about the clearing of the road. But yes, it's a lot of pollen. Okay, so pretend I'm hanging on to a weight here. okay? And for those of you out there that really have the challenges, osteoporosis, arthritis, etc., start thinking about the weight you're going to pick up. I would rather have you hold a lighter weight in this hand and this hand so that it's more split, rather than one central load on some of these moves, okay? So here I go back, and I go ahead and I go into a position that I won't necessarily when I have the weight. So I'm doing a hyperextension. And I'll turn this way so you'll see what I'm talking about. So if I step back, see, I'm gonna just tap, keep your chin tucked, keep your heel down, and then pull back, and then come back up, okay? Turn, 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 and turn. So if you want to get better at walking, sit to stand squats at least every day. You don't have to do them hard, and get up against a wall, especially if you have hips replaced. Especially if you have hip replaced. Go to a wall and really keep your knees soft. Bring that leg up. You're going to use muscles in there that you won't get any other way, all right? And get good at bringing that leg up to the 90-degree point and holding it. Okie dokie? Okay. Now I'm ready to do some heavy loading, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get my heavy carry, okay? And here's my heavy carry. Now, this could be a grocery bag, okay? Or if you have weights, which I don't have my hand weights here, I would split the load. So I'm cautioning you that if you have osteoporosis, if you have arthritis, etc., you have joint issues, whatever, generally, you're better off splitting the load, okay? So you get to do whatever works for you. This is what I have here, and I'm very mindful of how I'm picking it up, okay? So don't worry about me. So here's my load. Take a big deep breath, and here's a dry run. See, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go into my heels, and then I'm gonna pull back. Now I'm gonna turn sideways so you see my position, okay? If I'm gonna do a central pull, it's gonna be pretty close to my feet, okay? I'm not gonna do it way out here, in other words. So if you have two weights, they're gonna be right here, and you're just gonna pull up. See that? I have a central pull weight. It could be a grocery bag. It could be Nancy's grocery bag. I don't know if Nancy's on this morning. So, you know, Nancy's grocery bag will be at least 20 pounds, right? She's throwing things. I'm just getting you ready for snow shoveling. That's all. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I used to joke all the time in class. Sometimes I get into my zone and I'm trying to make sure that you're doing it just right. So I'm cautioning you all these steps of the way because I'm not right there. Okay, are you ready? I gave you a rest. Here we go. I'm going to push my butt back. I'm going to tighten in, drop my shoulders. I'm very close to my weight load here. See, it's not way out there. If it's two weights, good. You're going to go down there and grab them and bring them right in here like that. That's what you're going to do. Okie dokie. Here's the operative word. When I say go down, I'm talking about getting your butt lower than your head and chest. Some of you think when you go pick a load up, you think you're squatting and you only do the first part. Get your butt low. That's going to pull these in. That's going to train all these so much better and not hurt you, okay? So go down, get the butt down, and then push through your heels. and come up, and then just pull it right up to the belly button. Drop it down, drop your chin. Go down, 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 down. Get the butt down. Oh, exhale. Oh. And come down and push the butt back. Go way down there with the butt, way down. Then push through the heels. Bring it to the belly button. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Woo. Breathing in. Get the butt down. Exhale. Squeeze the gluteals. In. Exhale. Whoa. Back down. Put your butt down. Here we go. Push through the heels. When you're coming down, here's a little tip. Many people, when they're getting ready to lift a heavier weight, they tend to roll their foot to the outside. Breathe in, exhale. Try to stay grounded. Keep your foot on the ground, especially push through your heels. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. We're going on 2 more. Breath. Woo. And exhale. Squeeze tight. Bring your weight up. Bring it up. Bring it up. So you're doing this with 2 weights. If you separated them, of course. I've got a central carry, which I can pull right up to my belly button. Breath. Keep your chin down. Duh. In. Breathe. 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. Keep your knees soft. Duh. Yes, it's heavy. It's warming up. Take off my vest. Big breath. Yes. Grab your little bar. Central pull. Right? Recovery. Step wide. Turn. Go ahead and pivot. Don't go fast. You're not slinging. You are turning. That is very different than slinging from side to side. And you're bending that knee. See that? Bending that knee. See that? Yes. Nice recovery. Put your hands right here and go into that cat. Drop your chin. Cat. Camel. So you're pushing your butt back. Cat. Camel. Yes. Okay. All righty. You're going to need this. Okay. You're going to put it on your seat again. On your chair. Sorry, I didn't mean to say seat. On the seat of your chair. How's that? Is that better? Okay. Go ahead and sit. Yeah? Feels pretty good? Good class today. I like to see all y'all out there. So, see this? This is a great move. Remember this move when you have to be sitting or standing a long time. If you sit down, don't just sit there and slump. Say rib cage up. Put your hand on the opposite, whichever one you choose, leg. Pull your chin down and look over your shoulder. Okay? Then you do the other side. Tighten, drop the chin, look, and push. Right here. Push. Resist with your leg here. Resist. Okay? And come back down. Okay, now we're going to go down from this position with a very extended back. Some of you are sitting at your chair and you're thinking, oh, let me just keep my legs in here. No, open those legs, okay? When you come down, I want you to come down so far with your back extended, and it won't have to, if your back is truly extended, you will not have to go that far before you feel those stretching sensations through the groin. Okay, so step wide, say rib cage up, you come down, then you turn and you grab your ankle, much like we just grabbed our knee, and we hang out there. Then we come to the center and we come up. You don't stay down there and do the other side, okay? In through the nose, out through the nose. First of all, go center. Shine your tail lights, okay? Rib cages up. Once you're down there, then you reach over and grab an ankle. Resist and pull. Oh my goodness, you should be feeling this in the groin muscles. This should be a great move for you. Now don't come up from that turn position. Come center, put your hands on top of your knees. Keep your chin tucked. Push a little on your hands. Don't ask your back to do that. After doing that move correctly, oh my goodness, you should feel so good right now, okay? Now I did all this to prepare you actually for the next two moves that we're gonna do, okay? So don't be scared, you're gonna just love them. Here's my heavy weight, correct? Okay, I have a wide, I'm sitting on a pad, so I'm 2 inches higher on my chair, okay? There's that. I'm gonna lean in, I'm gonna put my hands on my weight here. It's close, it's not way out here. Okay, so your weights would be here, all right? So when we get them, we're gonna stay in our heels for the next the next move for sure, okay? So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna push into my heels, I'm gonna get my butt off the chair first. So I'm gonna come in here, my butt's off the chair. Okay, now I'm gonna really dig into my heels. I'm gonna go right there and then come right down. Boom, see that? I'm in my heels. See, I'm in my heels. Whoa, I'm just opening about 3, 4, 5 inches, no more than 5 inches. Keep your shoulders down. Heels, heels, heels. Breathe, heels. Keep your shoulders down. Just 3 more. Down and stand up. I know, I didn't want to tell you what I was going to do. So I hope you had enough weight that these right here are shaking right now. Yes. I'm going to revisit that one. Just one more, but not right now. Okay? See how I'm walking? I'm recovering. See that? In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Yes. Just like that. Okay? Now I'm going to just, again, in the progressive vein, right? I'm going to step forward. Okay? And I'm going to come back. Okay, stay with me. Listen. The minute that some of you stepped forward, you turned your foot. I've seen it 100,000 times. Okay? And some of you are saying, oh, Jeannie, you must be exaggerating. Well, after teaching classes for, about 40 years, you've seen it that many times. This is the very reason why so many of us tend to trip and fall, because we're trying to open our base. So we turn our foot and then we step out. Now, there's exercises that we're going to do that. This ain't one. So step wide already. Don't turn your foot. Stay on balance. Shift. Step into that move as if you're going to do a little sneaky walk. Okay, not a crazy walk, a sneaky walk. So once you've stepped out, remind yourself to go back and then go down with that back leg. Okay, and then come back up. So I'm really focusing on doing split stances. We're going to cross over in just a minute today. Then we're going to weight some of this. Okay, so see, it's everything to look forward to. It's just like, it works like magic, right? Actually, I'm prepping you so that you can not get out there and not be warmed up and slide and hurt yourself. So the best way not to slide and hurt yourself is don't go outside when it's snowy. It's not snowy here. See what I'm doing? I'm doing very gentle, modified lunges. Yes, these are the very same lunges that big time athletes use to train with, okay? We have the same muscles, the same joints that have to work in many ways the same, but we need to modify how we're working them, okay? So right now, if you've been doing this with me, every single one of these, we're not only working these and these, but that back leg, if you do it in the way I'm trying to show you, that calf should be screaming right now because I've been on my toe the whole time, pushing, see, pushing. And your calves have to be pushed regularly because that's how you're going to walk better. That's how you're going to, ambulate better. Every time you go down and up, if you start to lose your balance, then you're one that has to have something to put your hand on. Always have a wall, a chair, something that's not going to move on you, a pole even. Okay, I'm just going to do one more. Stay with me. One more. Here we go. Stay down there and just do a little flick. See this little flick? It's not a bounce. It's a squeezing. Ah, yeah. And then come back. And then come back up. And then turn your toe out. See, the minute you turn your toe out now, immediate release. Yeah, just like that. Put your heel down. This knee is soft. This knee is soft. Don't lock it. Don't lock it. Say rib cage up. It's like, oh my gosh, magic. Okay, come back. In through the nose, out through the nose. Okay, are you ready? So number one, have something around that you can hold your balance, whether it's a wall, a chair, whatever. Number two, step a little wider, okay? Because you're gonna step with the other leg now that was behind before. But because I stepped wider, when I go to step forward, like a little further than a normal step, I'm not going to lose my balance so easily. See that? And then if I had this, super duper gymnast, basketball player, soccer player, whatever, yeah, I'd have them stand in a straight line because they're going to be hit and they have to stay in balance. We just want to stay upright and walk a little. So see what I'm doing. See, I'm not going all the way down. The first couple of repetitions, I'm rotating down into my toe. I come back. Okay, so I come back for the first 3, 4, 5 repetitions. I try to stay level. I try to stay rib cage up. I try to see, okay, am I stepped far enough out? If I'm not far enough out, if I were with you, I'd be looking at your knee right here. Okay, you rotate down fine, But see, if this knee is shooting out over my toe, then I would stop and have you step a little wider, just a little adjustments, okay? Okay, now I'm staying down there, all right? Now I'm going down and coming back a little, but I'm not putting my heel down now, okay? Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And if you want to really help open up here, just put your thumbs up, your palm up, sorry, and then open your hands out. You're going to feel the stretch, okay? So this little addition here is for K. In through the nose, out through the mouth, or out through the nose, whichever you need to do, but don't put your heel down now, okay? So now you see that I'm doing this primarily to hit those calf and feet. So this is one of the things that people with plantar fasciitis, after they've gotten over the acute pain, you know, when you get out of bed, you have pain, they don't go into strength work. They just kind of, okay, it's not hurting anymore, and then they have it again. This is one of those strength works that you can do. It's very controlled. Should be hitting your calf like unreal right now, okay? So it's just down and then back. Just 2 more, and then we're gonna stay down. Big breath into the nose, out through the mouth, or out through the nose. Okay, stay down. If you can, stabilize, and it's that pulse. Yeah, it's a flick. In through the nose, out through the nose. Keep those hands back there. Keep those hands back there. Should be kicking into your hips, your calf, like unreal. And then come back and come up. Turn your foot out. Don't lock your knee. Don't lock your knee. I know. It's easy to forget. Get your breath. You're gonna really need some extra air right now. So in and then out. Yes. Big breath in, out. Okay, we're doing really good. We're gonna step into the arena. See the arena? So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm taking the pad out. I have my heavy weight right here in the arena, which is right here in front of my little kitchen chair. All right? So take a big breath, drop your shoulders, come down, find out where your chair is. See, there's your chair, correct? And then we're gonna come back up, all right? Now, whether you make it all the way down is no big deal. What I want you to understand is you're going down, you're pushing into the heels, you're going a little lower, and then you're pulling back up and you're squeezing your butt really tight. I only do this once, then I'm gonna stay down there. You ready to stay down? Okay, I'm gonna go down. Now, I'm getting into the chair and come back. Into the chair and come back. Keep your shoulders down. I'm barely tapping the back part of my legs. I'm really getting down there. And I'm only coming up a little bit. My back is very extended. Shoulders are down. This is a load. Breath, stay in it. Stay in it. Breath. Put both heels the same pressure. Just barely tap. Okay, I only got 2 more. Stay in the heels. 1 more. And I'm coming up. Huh? You loved it, didn't you? Okay. I'm gonna put that down. Big breath. I'm gonna take my little pad. See? Put it right here in my chair again. I move my heavy carry out a bit. Okay. Big breath. No weight. I'm gonna go like this, tap. I'm gonna go like this, tap. I'm gonna turn my palms up, open them way back here, okay? Very opposite than what we're normally used to doing. I'm gonna come down with my palms up. I'm gonna come down, come down, come down. Sit in that chair, all right? My palms are up. Take my hand, go behind my head and tap myself on the back. My elbow should be very high. Palm up here. Rib cage up. Hip hinged forward just a little bit. Bring it back and down. Okay, you ready? Palms are up. Rib cage up. Bring that other hand behind your head. Tap yourself right on the back of the neck, of the top part of the lower part of the neck, the top part of your back. See my elbow? It's way up there. Right. This is a big stretch. It's a big move for a lot of people. We're gonna do that one more time. Say rib cage up. Okay. Pull back. Right here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Bring it down. Don't dip your head forward. Elbow up. Palm up. Right here. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Rib cage up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. See this one up here? Okay, bring it up. Palms are up. One more time. Here we go. Bring that elbow way up there. This palm is up. I know. This has Kay's name written all over it. She's screaming right now. I know it. Okay, bring it back down. Okay, palms are still up. I'm going to pull my thumbs back because I'm pulling my shoulder blades in, not because my hands are going back from my elbow. I'm pulling my shoulder blades in to my back, keeping my shoulders down. Yeah, lean in now. Lean in, lean in, lean in, lean in. Bring the hands around, just rest them on those weights. So here's my weight right here. No, I'm not going to pick up my weight from this position. Absolutely not. I'm recovering right now. My shoulders are down. My hands are on my weights. I'm just pressing in here, okay? Keeping my chin tucked. As I'm down there, then I'm going to put my elbows on my knees. Drop my shoulders. Straight back, just like that. Take one leg out, okay? And it's not locked. It's a little soft. I'm gonna hip hinge and I'm gonna come down now. And my toe is up. Whoa, what a stretch through the calf that we worked so hard at, and the foot. Keep my chin tucked. Knee is a tiny bit bent. Then I'm gonna push myself back with my hands. I'm not gonna ask my back to pull me, to get me in an upright position without any help, okay? Take the other leg, put it straight out. I don't really mean straight. Put it out there so it looks straight, but the knee should be a little bit bent, okay? Then I have this one here, and then what am I gonna do? I have my toe up, and I'm gonna hip hinge, and I'm gonna come down as far as I can with my chin tucked, and I'm gonna pull that little toe. Whoa! Come down as far as you can. Very effective stretch through the calf. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Hang out there for just a second. Put your hands here on your knees. Pull yourself back, just like that. Okay. So I'm up here, okay, on my little pad here. See that? I'm going to go to one side as far as I can, and I'm going to drop that knee. I'm gonna hang out right here. See, I'm hanging on. My knee is down. My shoelaces are facing the floor. My hip is not dropped. I want to keep my hips level. See, this would be dropping the hip. I don't want to drop the hip. Okay, that's number one. My ankle is really stretching because my shoelaces are heading toward the ground. Then I'm going to go like this. See that? And now the last thing I'm going to do is I would push you back with a very extended back, and I'm getting all the stretch I can handle on my quad here, pushing myself back. See that? You want to hang out there for, I don't know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Of course, optimally, if you had a good stretch going, if you can hang out there for about 30 seconds, that's kind of the standard. Then I just come forward, bring my leg up. Okay, I'm going to go to the other side. So here I am. I'm going to go over here to the other side. I got one cheek on the pad and one cheek off. However, I'm not dropping my hip bones. That's kind of important here. And I'm sitting toward the front. Then I reach over here, grab that chair, grab this side, open myself back as far as I can, and I'm keeping this knee down. And see, I can't go back that far with this hip. This is the replaced hip. This is the replaced knee. This is a very doable recovery move. It's excellent for your back. It's excellent for your hip flexors and your quads. You're going to hang out there for a bit. In through the nose, out through the nose. Drop your shoulders. Yeah, just hang out there for a little bit. Open, 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 open. Yeah, ankle, absolutely. And then come off of that. Bring your leg up. I'm going to come off of my chair, just like that. And I'm going to end how I started. I'm going to step over with my knees soft. And I'm going to put my palms up, my shoulders down, elbows bent right in here to my waist. You should feel just a tiny bit shaky. That's what I want to do, shake you up a little bit. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Let me take us off camera. And this was a lot of progressive squatting and crossovers for balance.